I'm ready.
Oh, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Glad to be here today. We have a very special guest, probably the only human that has done more Steven Seagal reviews than I have. Red Eye Reviews. Welcome, buddy.
Hello, hello. I wasn't expecting the fart take there. That got me really good.
Yeah, that's in
That's
the
in the
director's
movie.
cut.
I'm pretty sure that's how it sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had to change it later for other reasons, but that's actually
Yeah, it
why
makes
she was
sense.
all. That's why she wanted him. That's why all the ladies want him all the time.
Yeah.
So today we're going to be going over his. They're all terrible. One of his shitty movies, Driven to Kill. How do you feel about this movie, Mr. Red Eye?
You know what? It moved me.
Okay.
There's some highs, there's some lows. There's swapping shoulders with a gun numerous times, which you have to have.
When he bothers to use his shoulder, he likes to just have it float
When
above
the
him.
gun can reach his shoulder, yeah.
Yeah, I
When
mean,
he
he
doesn't
knows.
just rest it on top of his like his neck area.
Yeah, true stability is when there's nothing behind it.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
easiest to hold an automatic weapon.
Well, I've watched his cop show, and you have to push the bullet out. You don't just squeeze the trigger. You have to push the bullet. So.
Yeah, that's just science.
Yeah,
If you're
how
pushing the
guns work.
gun as it goes out, the bullet goes way faster.
Yeah,
He knows that secret.
punch and then pull at the same time.
Punch pull, exactly. That's just math.
Yeah.
So just real quick, we're gonna go over. I know everybody's disappointed in the last 24 hours. That the big news: Rob Schneider did not win. We were all pulling for him. Turns out that he didn't even get enough write-in votes that they even mentioned him, which I'm very disappointed on.
That's a shame.
I thought he was gonna sweep. I thought it was gonna be 538 to 0, but
What color would his state have been if it was Rob Schneider?
it would have been a black hole. So it would not consist of color.
That's fair.
All right. Get going on this movie. Oh, man. I believe this movie was this the first of his little Russia obsession?
It's got to be close because this was 09? Driven to Kill, I think, was 09. Yeah.
Yeah, 09. Because he had the Russia phase, and he went away from it a little bit before he actually fled to Russia.
He does all the hits though in this one. Like I rewatched it after you told me we were going to talk about it, and I count Russian, Southern, Hispanic, Jamaican. He does all the hits. So
I mean, this is a good one.
Yeah.
I feel bad when I do the ones I did early because they were some of his worst/best ones. And like I didn't know Seagal the way I know him now. So I feel like I missed a lot of things. As you just think, oh, that's just a one-off. He's not going to do that again. But then he does it 12 more times. There's a lot of that in here.
I was actually weirdly late to the Seagal train, even though I've literally watched everything he's done now. It was like 2013 or 2013. And I watched Maximum Conviction, him and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, oh hell yeah.
And I knew who he was, but I wasn't in the Seagal-verse yet. And
I don't think anyone was.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was yet, but it was so unlike any movie I've ever seen where I was like, it's terrible, but they think it's really good. And it baffled me. And then I just went head first and I was like, I need to know literally everything about this man.
So this is guys, check that out for Mr. Red Eye. Like I said,
thank you.
Done literally every single Seagal movie, and I believe every episode of every TV show he's done.
Yeah. I have his book too. I haven't read it yet, but I bought it.
The Native American one.
Where he's on the cover of his own book, but he's not in the book. Yeah.
He's not in the book?
No, it's like a fiction story about a sheriff in Canada, I think.
Yeah, but it's him, isn't it?
Is it
him?
His
name is
I
Seagal,
assume
it's got to be him.
Yeah. when I read it, and I'll read it this year before the year's out. I'll just picture it as him. It'll probably make it a lot better.
I mean, it's got to be him. You know, he's picturing him in all of that.
Oh yeah.
All right, let me pull up the video. All right. Hopefully, you guys are mentally prepared for this. This is
Metal spike roulette? You hide a metal spike under a cup and take turns betting until someone hits the cup with the spike?
yeah, it's as stupid as that sounds. They talk about that so many times in this movie.
They talked about his book. He talks about his book once, and then some like agent he talks to also brings up his book, and they both bring up the same part of the book. They both just talk about this spike scene. So I'm assuming the whole book is about spikes and cups.
Well, do you know the name of the book?
I don't. Does he say it?
Oh, it shows it.
Tell me the trick.
I'm gonna zoom in on it. Metal Spike Roulette is the name of the book.
Oh my god. It is literally all about spikes and cups.
That's her favorite part. That's the only part he talks about later.
That's-
Yeah, the agent brings up a book and talks about that part.
It's
Like
called-
Flip opens to a page randomly, just opens it in the middle of the book and starts reading, and he's talking about that Spike Roulette.
How have I never realized that the book was called Metal Spike Roulette?
Because you only see it right here. I had to zoom in. This is the only time you
my
see it. It's
God.
actually a different book. I guess I don't know if it's a different name for the same book, but yeah, it's in the other book as well. The one the agent holds up. It doesn't make any sense. I tried to figure out what the title actually was, but I think it's just nonsense.
But his character in this movie is not named Jim. So he got it ghost written then? Isn't that supposed to be his book?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's a pseudonym.
It's gotta be. Yeah.
Well, 'cause when she brings it up, this is why it's even dumber. She mentions how it's they know this is him. Like,
Oh,
if
you're
it
right,
was
you're
his
right.
name, they would know.
That's fair.
Where is Lord Vulcan? What are you doing? I see him in there. Why isn't he? Okay. Doesn't matter. We're gonna keep going because it gets dumber. Something else that very distracting. I could not get past this. What is this? Why does
She
she have
doing
a
his
calculator and
taxes?
receipts? Is she working?
She's auditing him, maybe.
It's like it's like she works there or something, but the table's in the middle. So this doesn't make any sense. Why does she have all these receipts? And then she has that's where she gets the metal spike. It's just on the table for the receipts.
Can you hurry up and start doing this, please?
Yeah, that's his voice, guys. That's a voice he uses sometimes for this.
It fades. It comes and goes quite a bit, but yeah.
Because he can't do a Russian accent, so they just pay the guy to do one.
But you know my girlfriend Selena? I promise you, if you show me this trick, that you'll have both of us.
Yeah, so do you
Only the trick. But you
hitting the wrong button. But yeah. Apparently, she doesn't even talk to her friend about this, but she's down to bang Seagal, I guess, if he gets that.
Yeah.
Because that's what
Smash this
women
cup.
really want.
Cup smashing.
He smashed it. Yeah. No, I mean, it was a plastic. No, it was paper cup, not plastic. He's not crazy. Yeah. Gets them all hot.
know my girlfriend Selena? I promise you, if you show me this trick, that you'll have both of us.
And ladies can also say that that's what women do. They want their boys to bang other chicks. So
They're best friends too.
yeah, they throw that out there all the time.
Constantly.
Yeah, see?
The trick
How does she hold back?
is just to not give a fuck.
How was that a trick?
No, it's a guess. It's a guess. And she's I don't know any other way to say it, but she's mildly soaked by him smashing a cup. Like that's the part that threw me when I first started this movie for the first time. I'm like, she literally owes at the table
Oh yeah,
for him
yeah,
smashed it. Like that's her thing. That's what she's into.
Somebody comes up behind her with a mop and has to clean up.
Yeah.
It's okay. This I put together. So
Yes. Okay. I was hoping you were going to talk about this.
So one of these is the beginning of the movie. The other is the very end of the movie. He is so lazy. He just reversed it, or they just reversed it. They just mirrored it. So they played the exact same scene mirrored. As you can see on the right, how they're driving on the wrong side of the road.
It's a different take, though. That's
No,
the part
I don't
of
think
no,
it is. it's just different, more zoomed in because you see the same people, you see the same cars going by. So I think it's just closer.
Oh
I
god.
think that's something else.
Either way, it's amazing because it
Because
literally,
you can see the same truck in the background
Yeah.
on both sides, and the same guy walks by with a hat. So you see the same guy. It's literally exactly the same. It's
It's so
mirrored.
good.
It's just a little smaller.
Oh my god.
Vulcan, you should get in here, man. You need to get in here. Yeah, and it's the same thing here. It's harder to tell because they're not in the same spot, but one pans in from him typing, and the other pans out from him typing.
Oh, I didn't notice that one. That's a good catch. Oh, look how many books he's written too.
Yeah, I'm sure
They're all about various things you hide spikes under, probably.
that's his level of creativity. And then the famous typing. I bring this up as much as I can. His writing. He has no idea what he's doing right now.
A lot of numbers I see. He's a lot of F keys.
The function
F1,
keys are
F2.
vital. You can do a whole novel just on the function keys.
That's
There's
how
no reason to
Stephen
do
King
anything
writes his
else.
books.
She's marrying Stefan Abramov.
It's tomorrow afternoon. I'm hoping you can catch a flight.
Yeah. The wedding's tomorrow. His daughter's getting married tomorrow. I hope he can make it. He's in LA. I think they're in New
BT
York.
Dubs.
That's perfectly doable. You know, you can make it out in.
Forgot to tell you. One day in advance.
What are the odds you can get a flight out there? Be there by tomorrow afternoon.
He's Jim Vance, the 5-time Spike Cup book writer. He can get a cross country flight. Or Jim Vince?
I guess he can.
You have a pen?
I know where you live, Katya.
We
Sounds
moved.
creepy.
Yeah, a little bit.
What happened?
It's a long story,
What's
and it's not
happened?
a very happy one.
Yeah, they never explain any of that. What's the
No.
point of any of this? There's some unhappy story that they will not talk about because it's so terrible. So they had to move.
But they don't hate each other either, because like I don't know if you show the clip where.
Oh, I do.
Oh,
I do.
okay.
No,
Okay,
I can't cut that out.
good. Okay, good.
What was the point of this? Does it matter if he knows where they live or not? Like, is this so important that
It's just
he had
to
to know they
show
moved for some reason?
that he has a 16 to possibly 18 to 60-year-old wife. It's
No, I
such a
get this
look.
part. I mean, the whole sorry we moved for mysterious circumstances that are terrible, but we'll never talk about. What does
Now,
that add to anything?
He missed the spike under a cup one time, and it traumatized the family.
Well, then they got to get used to that shit. That's what
'Cause he
real
just
men
guesses.
do. We smash spikes.
Yeah, it's not even a trick. He just apparently guess.
Well, you just don't give a fuck. That
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's what he says.
I don't know if that means he's hit the spike a lot or not.
Okay, have you seen this is mildly derailed. Have you seen the clip of the guy who's trying to do that exact magic trick on a live TV show? It's like some talk
I
show
wish
or
I
something.
had.
He
No.
doesn't use his hand. He grabs the lady host's hand, puts it under his hand, and then slams her hand down on the cup, but it's the wrong cup, and it literally like impales like a knife in this lady's hand on live TV, and then they just kind of pan away from it. Yeah, it's insane, but it's the exact same thing he's talking about, but went horribly wrong.
Was it like a news thing?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the guy messed it up on live air and like impaled some poor woman's hand.
Oh, I'm
It's
sorry, I
terrible.
missed that. Seagal
Oh,
would
yeah.
have loved it. That's
He would've.
his jam.
Yeah.
I just thought it was weird that they bring up this whole thing.
Oh.
Oh god. Yeah, this almost makes it seem like he's self-aware. Just what happens here when he bumps into these guys and
Okay, now I guess it's you and me.
Fuck, I'm so sorry. I'm not like you. I'm just a pretender.
that has to be. There's no way somebody doesn't write that without laughing their asses off and be like, ha ha, yeah, get it, because Seagal's a pretender. I mean, there's no way. There's no way somebody writes that unironically.
Can you go back to his tattoos? I'm pretty sure it's just Chewbacca. I think that's a Chewbacca tattoo.
They're supposed to
Okay,
be
now I
Russian.
guess it's you
I have
and
no
me.
idea if they
Fuck.
are.
I'm so
That
sorry.
left one is straight up.
Oh, it's Chewie.
That looks like Chewbacca, bro.
To be fair, Chewie is massive in Russia. They are all about it.
That's gotta be.
The Last Jedi is just massive there. It's the greatest thing they've ever seen. Oh, we got a super chat from Living Humbly. Love the channel. Keep it going. Rob Schneider. Rob Schneider to you, sir. But yeah, he's taking over Russia. I mean, they're just crazy about it. They love their Chewie.
I'm not like you. I'm just a pretender.
Yeah, kills him or something.
Ruslan? You forget who's paying for this damn thing. I should get a say in who goes.
He's your father.
My, so unnecessary. It's like they do a thing later where they're like, oh, is he on the good guy or is he a bad guy? But they tell you right here, he just smacks her for no real reason. Well, for inviting the wife's father to the wedding.
Yeah.
You don't usually ask permission to invite the father. They're like a part of the wedding. They give her away. Like that's
kind of the whole thing.
why is he so against it? Why is all of this last minute? Nobody knows about it.
I love how he doesn't even try. Like, they don't have this, let's start by showing her in a new relationship that's good. It's like, no, we want you to hate this guy from minute 1 to minute 83 or whatever it is.
Which makes it such a shocking reveal when he's one of the villains, you know?
It's insane. I did not see it coming.
Come on in. You must be Ruslan, the guy who writes the snuff books.
Okay, what's a snuff book?
It's like a book when I think people die, like because like snuff films when somebody actually dies.
Somebody dies in the snuff film. So I don't know
somebody
how
really died reading that book. It's got to be.
Lots of people have probably died reading his book.
I mean, that's why I haven't picked up Shadow of the Wolf. I think it's what it's called.
That sounds like it.
Or the way, yeah, a Shadow of the Wolf. I don't know.
So is that what happened? Is that what happened? His popularity? They read his book and they all died.
It's like a Ring thing, probably. You got to pass it to somebody else, and they got to read it.
Or maybe it is, but nobody's ever read it, so
nobody's died.
Nobody's died. Got Cave Gentleman. Metal Spike Roulette isn't available on Audible. Would you reach out and tell them you'd record the audiobook for them? Oh, hell yeah, I will. Hell yeah. I'm down. I'm down to... Oh, man, maybe I could do the audiobook for that one, the Shadow Moon Wolf or whatever.
Oh, you should.
I'm down to do that. I'm slipping so many insults.
Я б тоже не отказалась.
This isn't the only movie he does this, too. Pistol Whip. You remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
He's got the wife who's trying to bang him the whole time, or the ex-wife.
He has to show in all of his movies that it's like the other guys with Will Ferrell and Marky Mark. How every woman is just attracted to Will Ferrell for no reason, and he doesn't know why. It's that, but Seagal forces it, and it's every woman in every movie with him has to be attracted to him, like contractually.
Yeah, I mean, Will Ferrell, they do it as because it's funny, you know.
Yeah, they just do it as a bit, but Seagal's like, I'm gonna take that because I mean, who isn't attracted to me?
I can't think of a single person not attracted to Seagal. Yeah, Chet's clueless too.
This belonged to my mother.
This isn't a big deal. I just thought it was weird he didn't say her grandma. That's his daughter. He just talks about like it's his mom and she has no relation to her. Like I said, a minor thing for Seagal. It just kind of seemed weird to me.
It's also mildly Brooklyn. I was like, this belonged to my mother.
Yeah. So
and you're like, oh, you're not Russian?
Yeah. He's very inconsistent with with his everything. So why should his accent be any different? God, this whole thing is so stupid.
Thank you, Daddy. It's beautiful.
And she's Southern
Why
too,
don't I
by
put
the
this
way.
over here for later?
Of course.
For the wedding ceremony.
Yeah. So that ring you paid all that money for, worked all those extra overtime hours for, we're not going to use it. We're just going to use the ring the dad gave her the day before because that's normal. People do that, right? Is that
potentially morning of? I mean, if he got a flight,
no, it is that day.
Country. Yeah,
I think it is that day. Yeah, because he goes and they're supposed to come back in a few hours. So yeah, they're getting married this day.
Can't return it. Too late. Also, my favorite part of her that bugs me, the mom is Russian, the dad is Seagal. Her dad is just like some angry white guy. And then she's like a Southern belle. She's like, thank you, Daddy.
No, I mean,
where did that come from?
She is also older than her mother.
She is
5 or 6 years older than her mother.
The the actress is literally older than the mom.
I mean, I'm guessing that was a compromise that Seagal came up with. He's like, I'm not going to be with a chick older than me or my age or close to my age. Hell no, 20-year-old. I'm like,
Yeah, they both have to be
okay,
in their
well,
20s.
we'll kind of dye her hair a little grayish and then say she's old. All right, do what
We'll
you got to do. I ain't going
we'll
to be with an
take
old lady.
some bare paint, a little bit of gray, and we're just gonna brush that into the bangs. Boom, old.
Oh, crude mutant. It's cool. Noel Gallagher is in this movie as well. LOL. I don't know who that is.
I thought, for Lainey's sake.
Oh, God.
Look. I need you to hang on a minute, okay? Something's happened here. I need you to talk to my sergeant.
Oh, that guy. Everything about that is just stupid. Why is he so scared? Why are they answering the phone? So this is the house. The mom was murdered. The daughter's dying, but still there.
Attacked but not taken, because that's a different movie.
No, she's still there, just bleeding out. They don't seem to care that much. But what? They don't just pick up the phone when the phone rings and say, "Talk to my sergeant." Just no, I'm not talking to your sergeant. I can call your sergeant. That's a very, very weird thing to do. They have no idea this is the dad. They have no idea who this is calling. But I guess they had to come up with a reason why he would go to the house, because it makes no sense. He doesn't live there. He has no connection there. They just had to get him there. God, and when he gets to the house, Jesus, why? Why does any of this happen? He just takes the badge. He just takes the badge. That's just sitting there. Why is it sitting there?
With maybe 8 cops, 10 total cops in that house?
Yeah, and nobody stopped him getting there in the first place. Like, he
Nope.
gets caught because he took the badge. That's the only reason they find him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the part that drives me crazy. She's still there. She's dying. What are they waiting for?
They're
Why are
waiting
they
for
wait-
him to drive all the way there to pull her out while he's watching, of course.
So, yeah, one, I don't even know who called the police. Who knows how long before they even got there. Then now we have detectives out there. They have the coroner was already here. The coroner beat the paramedics, I guess. They have the crime scene all taped off. They have, like, evidence markers down everywhere. And she's just upstairs dying. Okay, I guess we can get her out now. I mean, we put a mask on her that's not hooked up to anything. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's no tank.
Yeah, it's just a mask.
Yeah. She's just doing a bane.
Yeah, I just did this so you can see. Yeah, the coroner's already here, probably waiting. Are they just waiting for her to die? Like,
She's
soon
still
she'll
alive.
die and we can take her. She ain't dying. Fuck it. Okay, I guess we'll take her.
Keeps kicking it.
So she's been there for
Where are you
hours.
from, Detective? The 2-6?
Yeah.
Like hell. That's my number. What the fuck is this?
What was the point of this? What was the point of that?
For those of you who haven't seen this or that scene, he didn't edit, like, Ice didn't edit those lines together for her to speak quicker. That's the way it's delivered.
And this is roughly 30 seconds, maybe less, from when he grabbed the badge in the first place.
Yeah, it's immediate.
He grabs the badge, walks over there, and she yells at him for being an idiot. And they don't seem to mind. They find out he's the father, which makes it seem super suspicious. You know, usually is a close person, family member, when they're sneaking around the crime scene, imitating a cop. That's usually a red flag, but now not to them.
Nobody, not Goldstein, not Stefan, can know my daughter's still alive.
Oh, it's that
It's
guy.
best for us too.
Yeah, he's a regular. He's been in a
I
lot
didn't know
of.
he was in this movie. So he's in his TV show where
Oh,
he's a cop in Seattle and he goes to
Yeah.
Vancouver and stuff.
He's
This guy
also
tries to
in-
play a Russian and it's god awful.
He's in Maximum Conviction too. He's also
Is he
he's
really?
The,
Oh my
he's
God.
the one that, like, the traitor one. You know how they have the military guys, and one of them's like the traitor.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
He's in there. Like he's talking to the guy with the burrito at the beginning.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so he's a regular. There's when you do Seagal movies, there's regulars. I don't know if they're cheap or they'll agree to work with him because a lot of people don't want to because he's a dick. Who knows? But yeah, there's a few of those in every movie. It's not Ryu. It's not Byron Mann. But yeah, he just says, let's not tell anyone my daughter's alive. He's like, yeah, that works. Yeah, that's not fucking stupid. We'll do that too. Cool. We're all in.
Yeah, you didn't just try to impersonate a cop 2 seconds ago, and I literally said, "Who are you?" Implying we don't know you. Or also, what do you do for a living? I'm a author. I write books. Don't tell anyone.
I think they. I'm over here. They mention his past. Like they know he's a criminal gangster and all that. But whatever. It's all good. It's all good. None of this is suspicious to them. They're on board. Let's just fucking pretend she's alive or dead or whatever. Who cares? And this
the
isn't.
zoom.
He just do this, and this bothered me. I don't know why they do that. He has nasty pores. You see that in a
Looking
lot
like
of movies.
Topographic map of Arizona.
Yeah.
So what do you need?
38.
You know Disco's dead, right?
38 doesn't leave brass.
Okay, this whole thing is so weird. He's trying to get a gun. The lawyer, the husband that slapped the wife, gave him this information. He goes there to buy a revolver, I guess. I don't know why he doesn't just say revolver. And they act like this is insane. Like, what? Why would you want a revolver? He tells him he doesn't leave brass. I mean, oh, yeah. Guess we never thought of that. We're criminal gun dealers. We never thought of that. To be clear, nothing they do here is illegal. I mean, you can sell guns. As far as I know, there's no crime is ever committed here. I don't know why they're all suspicious of him.
Well, maybe the paint. Maybe the paint is the illegal part.
Oh, maybe it's like an OSHA violation. You can't just have open fumes sitting out there.
That's got to be the reason they're in some sketchy back alley business.
Yeah. They don't need that heat.
Yeah. It's a high latex grade
You a
paint.
cop? 'Cause I'm starting to get that feeling.
No idea why he's getting that feeling. And again, he's not doing anything illegal. So why do they think he's a cop? He's just buying a handgun. Especially back then, I don't think there are any laws against that. Like I thought private sales, you don't really need a background check or anything.
Yeah.
So I'm not really not clear what the law is being broken here. So he can't knowingly sell it to like a felon. I don't know if Seagal's a felon in this, but again, no crimes are being committed.
I do love how right before they start to fight and he's showing them the different guns, he slaps each gun like it's a rib roast or like a piece of ham. I don't know why he doesn't just point to his weapons, but he literally open hand like palm slaps every gun that he tries to show Seagal.
Yeah, or even say he doesn't call it what the guns are. I think he says one's like you want to shoot up a schoolyard or something. Like he gives the most insane what these guns are. It's like that'll blow open a front door.
Murdering relatives, this guy.
Yeah, so he just found out he's a cop.
Good money. Let me pay you.
Talks like a cop, Dino. That's exactly the kind of entrapment shit a cop would say.
I can't tell if that's a joke.
That's what a cop would say. I think that dude in the back is an undercover cop. And he's like, that's entrapment. I would know that. This guy's a cop.
Yeah, it makes no sense for being entrapment. Saying I'll pay you money isn't. I feel like most people would say that if they want to purchase something, they would mention that they're going to use money.
Cash, yeah.
But apparently that's why I can't tell if this is supposed to be a joke because he sounds like an idiot and he's saying something really stupid. I don't know if it's supposed to be funny. It's really unclear. But yeah, they find out he's a cop. So obviously, there's a bust going to happen. So if there's another cop here, there's probably cops all over the place outside, right? So
right, of course.
You try and murder him. That's what you do if it's a cop. Oh, I just put a slideshow together of his shooting. I love his shooting. So yeah, there's a whole shootout where his eyes are closed 90% of it.
This is a pawn shop.
So for the shootouts, I don't want to get hit for copyright, so I just do little slideshows like that. So yeah, he just kills them all because they were going to kill him because that's what you do. And there's a cop.
Yeah.
Wouldn't they just not sell it? Wouldn't it be like we're leaving or we're not selling? Why would you try and kill him?
But yeah, and they also go, it's entrapment. Like they know the law.
Well, it's not even like entrapment.
Well, it's not because he's not a cop, but they're like, I know the law. We're in too deep. We already tried to sell him a gun, and then didn't. So we haven't done anything. But it's too deep now. We can't go back. I think we got to kill him.
Yeah, I mean, if cops are doing that, that means they don't just go rogue. Like there's a whole team outside. Like this is a bus, and they're gonna come in. You have a team outside. They're gonna light you up. So
maybe they're just waiting
for
try that.
But
the safe word. They're waiting for that word that he that he has to say to.
Yeah, there's probably
get everyone to dive in.
I don't know if they call that a safe word. I think you're mixing things up there.
It's a safe word.
Okay, fine. We'll call it a safe word.
Thinking of South Park. Do you remember? Do you ever watch South Park?
It's been a while, but yeah.
The cop goes undercover as like a prostitute, and he's trying to bust guys, paying for prostitutes. And
Mhm.
he's like, "All right, guys, you guys come in when I say the code word. Then you guys all come in and get them." But then he like full on bangs people, and then afterwards he's like, you gave me a real stretch." And then the cops come in, they're all confused because they're like, "The fuck was that?" Like you've already done the whole thing. There's like a whole episode of him.
Yeah,
Oh
now
my
they have
god,
probable
so
cause.
good.
That's what you do.
That's it. Entrapment.
Entrapment. So this whole scene. So basically, he goes in there and sees the ring, and decides he's just going to beat the shit out of this old man who has no idea the ring was stolen.
God, pal, not an information booth.
It goes on. No, he smashes him bad. Then they leave, and then this insane.
Did you hear the address he gave me?
There was no address at any point. Did anyone say an address? They went in there and just beat the shit out of that old man. I think he's dead right now. And now we're supposed to just believe that at some point he got an address out of him. You see the whole thing. You see him leave.
I heard the address.
It was. He didn't even say who they were. How does he know what address to give?
How does he know what pawn shop they went? Because they were like, "Oh, they pawned the ring." And he goes,
because it's the one they have in New York. Yeah, they just got the one.
It's the one, and yeah. Oh, that makes sense. The one that Adam Sandler runs, probably.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Adam's gonna be pissed. Yeah.
Just the project, South Tower, no apartment number.
What? Okay, I don't know how we got that, but okay. Jesus. It's Seagal's plan to draw him out. He's gonna. That's how you draw people out. I mean, is it how you draw people out? He's expecting everyone to run away. Why don't you hide inside, call the police, and hide in the bathroom or something? Why would you run outside where the insane guy is, killing everybody?
I think in Call of Duty, this is how you draw people out.
Does it work? I mean, they'd come out, but wouldn't they kill you? I mean, is that what he's at? What if they just shoot them from upstairs? Why do they have to come out? Because they go get rifles and guns.
Right now.
Yeah, well, they shows him the room's like right above him, and they could just shoot him from here, but nope. Why do that when we could be stupid about it? Chris Pugh is this in this mega blockbuster movie. Ruby Grace Timbrell shows the school she's a badass. Okay, I don't understand any of that, but that's okay. That's okay. Oh, yep. So this is the shootout. That's his amazing shooting. You don't need to brace anything. You just let that gun do what that gun wants to do.
Well, you can aim better the closer the gun is to your eye. I mean, everybody knows that. So
yeah, well, it doesn't need to be lined up, right? It can just be
no, just close, proximity-wise, close to the eye.
Yeah, you don't need line of sight or anything. You can just If you can see the gun, you can aim through it.
If you can see the gun can see them.
Perfect.
It's like a mirrors thing or something.
Besides that,
this is the fridge shootout. The hallway that has like 6 fridges and a washing machine in the hall.
And he said, "I don't like having this much cover. I want to go in front of it, so I'm more exposed." So that was a smart move for him.
I do love okay, I can't remember what movie it is, but it's right on the cusp of him being way too large to actually get cover behind stuff. And he's in this like log cabin-y style building out in the middle of nowhere. And he legit tries to hide behind like a portion of the fireplace. And I want to say 80% of his body does not make it behind the fireplace. Like the majority of it is just sticking out, but he's somehow in cover. I think this is the opposite, where they're like, let's just throw large household appliances because we know that there should be enough that he could take cover if he wants to.
I think you're thinking of The Foreigner.
Yeah, it is The Foreigner.
Yeah, where they go to... They never... God.
You've seen... that fight where he tries to hide behind a couch. And he's very visible.
I bring that movie up a lot because that movie, man, that movie will destroy you. I don't know if anyone out there has ever seen that movie. It is the most incomprehensible nonsense you will ever see. None of that's ever brought up. Like, we never find out who those guys were, why they were there, who cut those guys' tongues out,
no,
how they got the package, who put the package together. because supposedly the only guy that knew about it had died like 20 years ago, but it's back.
Oh,
The
that's
package is
right.
back now.
You're bringing back a lot of bad memories for me. I think I blanked that whole movie out of my brain.
If you sit down and try and figure it out, you will go insane. I
Yeah.
don't
Oh,
recommend
yeah.
it. I did. I really tried to figure that movie out, and oh my god. Now that movie is like that movie is my obsession. If I ever see Seagal, I'm asking about The Foreigner. I gotta know where he came up with any of that shit. There's no chance he knows because it was like 2003.
Yeah, no, he doesn't know.
Oh, so disappointing.
Pick up your fucking gun.
That's back. He's
Learn
about
to
to begin.
respect the tools of your trade.
I don't know why he does this. We're supposed to think he's some like old school gangster that says respect the tools of your trade, but he makes it a point. The guy makes the point that he's not a gangster. He wants nothing to do with this. Seagal doesn't want to be a gangster. That's why he's marrying the daughter. Now he's acting like he's a hardcore, like, how dare you be a gangster, not do this? He's not a fucking gangster. Why?
Bro, Chewbacca Mafia. Well, you're in. You get a little, and you like that's it. You're done. You can't get out.
You can't get out. In Russia, man. Oh yeah, strip club. If you guys didn't know, there's a strip club, and this is, oh god, here we got Kyle St. Pierre. What comes next? I think we know what's coming. Is that it, Kyle? You're not going to finish? All right, he'll probably finish. But yeah, so you get the strip club scene. So what you do when your daughter's been almost murdered, your ex-wife has been murdered, is you take the son-in-law whose fiance just died, and you guys hit up a strip club. That's really normal. This is what normal people do.
For evidence, you're looking for clues, man.
And the son-in-law doesn't even know that. He's just like chilling at the strip club, like this is normal. And then he goes with Seagal. Like, look how awkward this is.
There's no talking, by the way.
How awkward is this? Like
This whole they don't say a word, dude. For like 45 seconds, she just dances, and they just exchange those looks.
So somebody pays her to go back there and do this dance for them. One of them pays her.
Yeah. Oh yeah. In a decently well lit room too. Like, don't
Very
turn the
well
lights
lit.
down.
Yeah, strip clubs.
We want to see her and each other. Most importantly,
each other. That is so awkward. Oh my god, you're almost father-in-law, and you were just at the strip club while you're in mourning, of course.
Maybe
Luckily,
he pawned the ring that he didn't use. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, it's a Seagal movie, so of course things just work out at strip clubs. Just go to the strip club if you don't know what to do. Everything will work out.
Yes.
That's how it works. Oh my god, the killers. Those are the guys that killed her.
Is that
Holy
right?
Shit. Yeah, we were talking shit about it. Yeah, I guess we owe Seagal an apology. And everyone that made fun of OJ for golfing when he was looking for the real killers, apparently you guys were wrong too.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is how you do it. You just do what you love, and
you'll
find
you.
a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
not a lot of hair between the five of them.
They're both, the two in the front are both regulars. They always have these really small parts. The one on the left is in a Dangerous Man, which has been bothering me lately.
God.
So I don't know if you're aware of this. I just happened to find out in True Justice on the first season. There's I don't know if he ever comes up again. I'm just finishing the season now. Some old bald guy who's some like leader of some sort of criminal organization. He's watching a movie in his limo. That movie is A Dangerous Man. He's watching a Seagal movie in his van, in his limo during the episode. And I've spotted 3 actors that are in that movie that are also in this first season of True Justice.
I wonder if it
might have been around the same time.
It has to have been, because True Justice was a while back.
Yeah, I think A Dangerous Man was not too long after 09.
True Justice 2010 to 2012. So
what about A Dangerous Man?
Oh,
yeah, the Seagal-verse is definitely a thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Seagal-verse is a huge thing.
Yeah, the guy on the left, the shorter guy on the left, he's the bartender in A Dangerous Man. The guy on the right just kind of been in I feel like I see him all the time in different very small roles. He's usually like one of the mercenaries that gets dispatched quickly.
I have a horrible. I'm like goon blind. I don't know what it
Mm.
is, but whenever anybody fights like a mob of goons, my brain, they all just look the same to me. So I'm just like, just generic
To be
goon
fair,
1, 2, and
all the
I mean
guys in
these
the
are
back
the same
do look
size.
exactly the same.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they are the same guy back there.
Frankie J. trembled, his palm wavering across those last milkshake cups, thinking of that hidden spike.
Yeah,
Did he?
just happens to open up in the middle.
Is that a different book?
It is. It's got a different title. Apparently,
Different cover. Still writing about spikes and cups.
I saw the title earlier. I tried to find out what it even meant because you can't really see the last letter, but it was something nonsensical. It was like Hades half acid with a T, and yeah, I tried Googling every version of that. Nothing made any sense. But yeah, she just opens up in the middle and finds it just happens to be the metal spike roulette. And how do they put this together? How do they know to even look in that book to find out that this is him?
It's a good book, man. Everyone reads that book.
Everybody just knows every book, and whenever there's somebody in the questioning room, they just reference every single book they've ever read. Like, this is so nonsensical. How do they know this? Why does...
Maybe that's why he looks so bored. This is like the 14th book that she's read a random passage from, and then she's like, oh, this is the one. Okay.
Maybe every random passage is about that damn metal spike roulette. That's everyone's favorite part.
That's got to be the consistent factor in this universe. Every
How does it
book
come up
is
in
about
multiple
spikes.
books? How do you write multiple books and it all comes back to that?
Well, you got it's spike, shaft length, girth of spike.
All right, this
type
is
of
getting
cup,
homoerotic.
type
Okay.
of cup,
Okay.
plastic, styrofoam.
Don't forget the hardness level. How hard is a spike?
Yeah, well, on the ohms hardness scale, if we're talking that,
Obviously, we are.
hard enough to scratch glass. Which I think glass is pretty well. That's that's the standard ohm. But
so, cave gentlemen, are you saying OJ's wife's killer was at the same golf course where OJ was? Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Coincidence?
Yes, that's something that happened.
That's crazy. What are the odds that they were both
75, 80%, something like that?
Maybe in the same like golf group.
Well,
who knows?
Nobody believed him.
Similar scores? It's nuts.
I think we're done here.
I could charge your client with murder right now.
When you come up with a witness with the balls to actually testify, or a dead body in a strip club who a jury doesn't think deserves killing, we'll trade phone calls.
This is such nonsense. So nonsensical. That's not how this works. They don't have to let him go because of something that might happen in a trial 2 years from now. Like, all this legal information, I hate. It's so insane. Like, wait, so if somebody dies at a strip club, you can't charge somebody with murder?
No, it's dirty in there, dude.
Strip clubs?
You saw how long it took them to get the body of a clean, upstanding woman in high society out of her house. The body of the strip club is still there. That place is dirty, bro. They did
alive.
not. They went to the front desk. They were like, "There's a dead body in there." All right, we'll get to it, I guess.
Yeah, maybe they haven't actually declared the person dead yet. It's only been several hours, so
probably
a couple weeks from now they'll pick up the body after it's rotting.
That corner van's just hanging out front still, just waiting.
All right, I guess I was wrong. I apologize, Seagal. His legal knowledge wins again.
Also, if you're just too afraid to, even look at the guy committing crimes, you just get away with crime.
That's true, too. You could just not look. Yeah. Okay.
Don't look.
Goldstein got Ruslan out for one reason, so Mikhail could finish the job killing him, and we're going along with it. This is bullshit.
So I don't know where she's going with this. I mean, I guess, so she's saying that the lawyer just got Seagal out because he wants to have him killed. And they shouldn't be going along with it. What does that mean? That they should be charging him with murder that he didn't commit? Like, what's the bullshit part? What should they be doing?
I'm not gonna lie.
This to me. What does she mean by we're going along with it?
Unrelated. I thought he was like hover sitting above that chair. This perspective
No, he
really
is. No,
screwed
that's
me
what he's
for
doing.
a
No,
second.
he is. He is. No, it's a Seagal movie. Yeah, he's hovering. Absolutely.
He has to. I mean, that seat's got to be hot. If Seagal was sitting in it previous, that thing is toasty.
Oh, it is sweaty too. It's disgusting. It's sticky right now.
You don't want to sit in that seat.
It's chat. Anybody have any ideas on this? Any ideas? What is she? Where are they going along with? There's no way she says they should charge him with murders they know he didn't commit.
Well, if they arrest him, he can't write another book.
You can
And
write
what's
books
gonna
in prison,
happen
I think. Can't you?
I guess Hitler wrote a book in prison.
Okay, well, you seem to know a lot about Hitler, sir. That's
probably my. Well, I got two.
everything
Hitler
comes back to Hitler with this guy.
This guy, man. Have you seen my videos? They all just always Hitler.
I got put on lists, so I stopped. After like the fourth video, you're like, okay, I know where they're all going.
Yeah, it's just Hitler, man. It's a lot of Hitler.
All right, so I guess we're settled on Hitler. That's the solution.
I don't know how.
Okay, so this is right outside in the police department parking garage. This is 30 yards from the front door of the police station.
Yeah, it's right there.
And,
In frame.
Yeah. Don't worry, nobody's... That's a safe place. What are the odds any cops will be there? Apparently 0.
You got a lawyer present.
There is a lawyer, which... Wouldn't that be suspicious on him? Like, wait, so you got him out and he died in the parking garage?
Legality. It's like a 100-foot rule or something with police stations. I don't know.
And they usually have cameras all over those places. Like, there's
I'm
only
not
a
gonna
couple things
pretend.
here. There's a lot of nonsense in this whole scene. Just a couple things I'm bringing out. It's at night. You must be talking about Double Down with the at night thing. It's nighttime, even though you can see all the light coming in from outside.
It's gotta be.
Couple things. This guy. Did this creep anyone else out? Did you, when you first saw this, doesn't he look like a crash test dummy?
Yeah.
He's all blocky. He's like, he just kind of leans all stiff up against the seat.
He kind of looks like he was doing something in that car, and then they caught him, and he was just like, "No, I'm just a getaway driver. What are you guys talking about? I'm with you."
That creeped me out because even when it goes to him, it does almost like a jump scare. Like, oh no, he's a real person.
Jesus.
He looks like Bill Burr. I don't know why Bill Burr's in this movie.
That is awfully Bill Burr. Yeah.
He dies for some. I don't know. Oh yeah. So this is another slideshow of his shots. This is his shotgun. Look how bright his shotgun is.
It's didn't turn the flash on.
It's one of those buckshot tracer rounds, so you can see where all the bullets go.
Maybe that's how he writes those snuff books. He takes a picture with the shotgun at the same time he shoots it. That's why there's a flash.
That would be more comprehensible than most things he writes.
Yeah.
So we get some of his no-look shooting that I love so much. Bullets are scary.
That looks like AI. This looks like AI, man.
It does look like AI.
That doesn't look like a real picture.
I think this was the thumbnail I had for a little bit, but people like the other ones better. But
God,
yeah, this was my thumbnail because he just looks so terrible.
Yeah, that's not a good look.
But we also get running. Everyone's favorite. And so this is supposed to be later, but they clearly did the same thing again. The running, those last two cuts are just mirrored. So he couldn't run anymore. He was all run out.
He's done.
He was panting in the corner.
They edit twice too, because he only goes for about 8 feet.
Yeah, he was done shooting that day after that. 2 days later, he came back. But yeah, if you see the last two cuts, they're obviously just the exact same shot, but mirrored.
And heavy breathing.
Yeah, he's breathing hard. I mean, normally you can hear him breathing from a pretty good distance, but it was deafening here.
The noise reduction is working overtime.
Okay, now we're into the hospital. There's a whole bunch of just talking and nonsense, but this is the hospital battle.
I do also love...
So it's not clear how the bad guys learned she was alive. They just kind of know at some point.
And they know what hospital she's in.
They know
the hospital.
They know exactly where she is.
It's next to the pawn shop.
Yeah. I mean, they have a scene where he tells them, the dad, that she's alive, but they don't say how they know this. They just fucking know somehow.
The same way they know the address.
Same way they know the address. Yeah. So they both race there, and then they have a huge, massive shootout. And Seagal does like a lot of his shots, the slideshow I put together of his terrified shooting. And these are blanks. These aren't as loud, don't have as much recoil, but they scare the shit out of Seagal. How terrified he looks.
Yeah, he doesn't
Look at that. Look how I gotta go back to that. Look how he's holding this gun.
That's
It's
like
not touching him.
when you're holding a friend's baby that you don't want to hold and you're trying to
is what
hand it
it's
back
like.
to him. That's the exact look.
Like there's a baby and they're like, come on, hold it. And you're like, I don't
like,
want
"You
to.
can
Like, oh,
take
you
it."
got to. Don't be shy. You're like, oh,
It's not
I
mine.
gotta hold this thing.
I'm good. Babies all
Yeah.
look the same.
Yeah, it's clearly hovering above his shoulder. Like if you're I have never tried to shoot an automatic like that. I don't think you're holding on to that thing. I think that thing is it's shooting wherever the hell it wants to shoot. It doesn't care where you want to go. Your input is irrelevant. It's going where it wants to go, and I doubt you're keeping a hold of it. But
And it's putting a wall in the drywall behind him, or a hole in the drywall.
But this is Seagal. He does magical things. More scared shooting.
Oh, that's a good one. This is kind of Renaissance art.
Let's play it again. So this, if people know guns,
this motherfucker can shoot through anything.
It's the exact same caliber. No, it's going to shoot through the exact same thing. Seagal's guns are going to shoot through. It's maybe got slightly longer barrel, so it might go slightly faster, but we're talking about a few percentage points. It's not going to go through anything. But yeah, Seagal doesn't care because he can shoot like this.
Well, they're down there. You gotta. That's how you shoot down. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Just point it down.
Plus, he has the extra speed of gravity because that makes bullets go faster.
Bullets go. Yeah. And he's pushing it with his mind. Maybe that's why he's
the real speed.
That's why he's grimacing so hard. He's got to push that bullet faster.
I can't argue with science.
It's
Okay. I don't know if I'm the only one that noticed this, but this drives me insane. Watch where his bullets go. What are they hitting? What are they hitting? There's a force field right there.
Everything. Yeah.
What is happening? They're just stopping in the middle of the room and bouncing off of nothing. Where are they going?
Hot air.
What is that? So I can't show the last fight is too brutal. I don't trust YouTube not to demonetize for that. Or not demonetize, but age restrict. He sticks the handgun, the barrel in the guy's eye, and then she pulls the trigger. It's pretty gruesome. So we'll be safe. But now, hopefully I didn't miss it. We get Dr. Seagal. This is a doctor. Oh, man.
Wake up, my daughter.
I love you.
Nobody tried that. Nobody tried saying wake up. That's all it took. Her coma's over, guys. He said, wake up, my daughter. And I don't know if you could hear that, but she said, I love you, because I don't know why she would say that. There's no way she loves him. She didn't invite him to the wedding until the day before.
She got hit in the head, though, and was probably unconscious for a while, so who knows what she's seeing right now.
It's unclear where she got hit.
I guess that's true.
I mean, she was
got
unconscious.
Stabbed or something. She had some blood in her shirt.
Yeah, there was blood in various places, but we're not really clear where that came from. If she's been unconscious, okay. So for the medical people out there, if you're in a coma, you're not going to just have this thing in your nose. You're going to have a tube down your throat breathing for you. Like, because if you're in a coma and like you roll over and you cut off your airway, you're dead because you can't wake up to move yourself. So yeah, never mind. This whole thing's nonsense. It just makes me so mad.
I love you.
I see. I love you. And then I show it again. Yeah, this is the end. Where people are
so
driving the wrong way. Just everybody's driving the wrong way. Or he's in, like, I don't know, Canada, they drive on the wrong side of the street. Something like that.
So good.
I had to cut out things for time and for copyright. Like, some of the things I wanted to go over were just too long, and I don't want to risk it.
What about that? I made notes.
Oh, good.
There's like a probably genuinely 3 or 4 minute long scene where he's walking down the sidewalk at night, and it's just slow motion, and then it keeps like panning back to the front of the same walk, and then he walks down the same strip of sidewalk, and then it pans back.
So that is that when he's going to or from the hospital?
Yeah, I think to the hospital, yeah.
Yeah, he has this whole weird thing with the Asian doctor. I was surprised they didn't get together at the end because usually there's a scene at the very end where they're like stripping for him. Just whatever
That
young lady
was
happened to be in it.
oh shoot, what is his name? Titus Parr. This is mildly off topic, but I actually talked with Titus Parr, the director for oh god, I'm drawing a huge blank. His like sci-fi kind of movie when he's in the future and he's like winds up being like a twin of himself. It's like a clone. You remember that?
Cooper?
No. It's a Seagal movie.
Oh, what? Oh,
Yeah,
oh God, The Perfect Weapon.
that's it. Perfect Weapon. So the guy who directed that, Titus Parr, I randomly like he commented on a video when I made fun of his movie, and so I wound up interviewing him. And he told me that contractually, Seagal had to have a scene with him and an Asian woman, like between the age of 18 and like 22. It was like in the contract. It's like there needs to be an Asian woman between 18 and 22.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Completely not surprising in the least.
No, not in the least. But the fact that his love interest in this movie was not an Asian woman, I'm assuming was pre crazy Seagal contract.
Well, I mean, you said just had a scene with, right? Does it had to be a love scene?
I
He had
think
a
he
scene
had-
with her.
I can't exactly. It's been a while since it's like been a few years since I talked to him, but the scene that he has in A Perfect Weapon, she's topless for just
Oh
no
yeah,
reason. She
I know.
takes her shirt off so he can look at her boobs.
Yeah,
And that's
I
it, you know.
I remember that. I'm waiting on those ones where because he's only in that movie. Like that's 90% of his role in that movie, right? That scene. Like, he's
Oh
barely in
yeah,
it.
no, he's not really. He's in a few like they CGI his face onto a few
really?
like dark figures and some flashbacks. It's awful.
Oh my God, it sounds better than I thought it was.
And then he's revealed at the end to have a clone, which had nothing to do with the story. There's just like another him that he then fights himself. And I'm like, figures. Like Seagal's a bad guy, and the only person who can kill Seagal is Seagal. Obviously.
Oh, Seagal fights himself. Okay.
He fights himself as a clone. Yeah.
See, I didn't finish that one. I got to the point with the Asian lady, and then I started the realization that he's not really in it.
Yeah,
He's got a
he's
few
not
of those where he's in it for like 2 minutes total screen time, but
it's kind of
front and center as the main star.
What's like Machete too, because he's in Machete as like the bad guy against Danny Trejo.
Yeah, but he's at least. I think Danny Trejo's supposed to be the primary star.
Yeah, Danny is, and then he's in it a bit. But and then at the end, of course, the person who kills Seagal in that movie is Seagal.
The only person who ever could, obviously.
He can't, yeah. And they also, I want to point out, they speak Russian numerous times in this movie, Driven to Kill. They only subtitle the one scene when his wife talks about cheating on her current husband with him. That's the only one that they let you understand what they're saying.
That is very true. Yeah. There were a lot of scenes I was going through, and I was like, I don't remember what they say. But then I saw because I thought maybe the copy I had didn't have subtitles. But
No,
yeah,
just one scene.
The
It's only
subtitles showed
important
up
for us
that.
to know that she's still into him.
Obviously, I mean, how could you not be into him? It's Seagal.
It's science.
All right, we got some medical questions. So,
Oh God.
So, do you have a medical license?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And you're going to be more able to do this than I thought.
Mantis
Okay.
Toboggan, MD.
All right, here we go. This one from Falconhead. Medically speaking, how many Seagal movies does a normal person have to watch before their mind is broken forever? Also, what vitamins and or hair products do you use to prevent that from happening to you? So I found for me, you watch one Van Damme movie for every 2 Seagal movies and you're good.
Yeah, that would probably do it.
And if it's kickboxer, you just need the one because you got that Thailand scene, the dance. I mean, you could just fast forward to that scene, but why would you when you could watch the whole movie?
I would agree. I would say, I mean, maybe half a Seagal movie. I would do a half every 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Repeat
Okay.
as necessary.
For Seagal movie, is that where you for Van Damme?
No, for the Seagal movie.
Okay. Oh, so you're
And
saying don't do it all at once.
no, you can't take it all at once. You would
Yeah, break
you
it
would
up into
overdose.
pieces. Be smart,
Yeah.
guys.
Small pieces.
Don't
Food
overdose.
before.
Okay.
Food before. Lots of liquids.
Oh, see? He's a doctor, guys.
Lots of liquids, lots of food.
All right, there you
And then
go.
I'd probably watch Commando
Commandos. Never
or
wrong to
Rambo
watch
or
Commando.
Rambo 2. Either one of those would flush it out of your system afterwards, and then you're clean. You're like a Six Flags water slide at that point. Like there's nothing left in you.
Rambo 2, solid. Rambo 3, I like Rambo 3.
Yeah.
I like 4
Can't
also.
go wrong with any of them.
2, 3, and 4 really can't lose. 1 can be kind of a little too emotional. Like I don't want to feel things when I'm watching, other than awesomeness.
That's a good.
I don't want to feel bad.
Yeah, that one. It's like actually a really good movie, so it's kind of
It's weird. He starts off with real movies. The first Rocky's a real movie. Like it's not just boxing. I mean, boxing's in it, but it's actually about other things mostly. Until he
Have you
just
ever
says,
seen Ip Man?
"The
Donnie
what?
Yen. Donnie Yen.
Oh, Ip Man.
Yeah. You see, like the first amazing. I didn't know that they've made like 5 of those by now. He fights Mike Tyson in one of them. Like, I'm sure it's okay, but again, one of those was like first one amazing, and then they went, hey, what about we try that 4 more times?
Yeah, one of them is a pretty blatant ripoff of Rocky 4. I think it's the second one. He
can't
fights
remember.
the guy's name's Twister, but he's a boxer. So, this is such a blatant ripoff. So first, the boxer fights his Ip Man's like former enemy, who is now his friend, completely ripping off the Apollo Creed fight and kills him in the fight.
Oh, that's right. Yep, that's coming back to me.
Yeah, and Twister's obviously he's a foreigner, he's American.
Right.
They do the fight between them at the end, and it's just such a blatant ripoff in so many ways of Rocky 4, and everyone wants Ip Man to win at the end. Like, oh God. They just
I hit a nerve with you.
And said, nobody saw this movie, right? Nah,
No,
this movie is. We'll just do it. Yeah.
Oh, and then the hair. That was part 2 of that question.
Oh, was there? Oh, the hair products. Well, I consider vitamin JCVD. So.
Oh, that's good. I would just say paint.
Paint. Oh yeah. So, he says sniff paint. Okay, that's That's his advice, guys.
Yeah, I mean, you saw how well it worked in that gun transaction. A lot of paint fumes makes you a little paranoid.
Makes you a little crazy. You could just do a quick little legal transaction, or you could just all die.
Yeah.
Best case scenario, they kill the cop, and then the cops raid them and then kill him anyway. So, So, Bren 10. I don't wish to be crass here, although my question for you is pretty embarrassing. I am almost certain that my hemorrhoid rabbit punched my scrotum recently. Could my hemorrhoid be Steven Seagal? It kinda looks like Seagal. If so, how do I get rid of it? Do I visit a strip club in the hope that he stays there after I leave? Thanks in advance for the advice and also for all the content, Mr. Icer. So my home remedy for getting rid of rabbit punching hemorrhoids is I burn them off. Yeah, just use fire. Can't go wrong with fire.
That's good.
We can see what the doctor thinks. What does the doctor think?
Yeah, so I think it's actually misdiagnosed. I don't think it is Steven Seagal, because if he's actually rabbit punching you, it's most likely a body double.
Well, I think Seagal does the rabbit punches. So I've been going over the.
Do you mostly just see the back of the hemorrhoid, or have you seen the front of the hemorrhoid? Because
that's a good question.
Depending on the angle that the hemorrhoid is present, it could be one of many people.
Yeah, if you don't see the front of the hemorrhoid, it ain't Seagal.
It's not him.
You can't see its face clearly, it ain't him.
Yeah.
You ever see the back, it's some other dude. Yeah, so I've been doing True Justice the first season lately. He starts rabbit punching. Like, he has like a rabbit punch phase, apparently. He just starts rabbit punching people. My theory is because it's super easy to seriously injure someone doing rabbit punches, and that's why he does it.
Rabbit punch is a throat punch?
No, rabbit punch is where you punch him in the back of the head, in the lower part. Those are extremely extremely bad. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
will
yeah.
get your brain will swell up, you'll die, you'll get paralyzed. Like it's illegal and everything in every combat sport. You can't do that. But he
Plus, I
just
saw that
start doing it. Like in every one of those, he just starts punching the shit out of the back of somebody's head.
in his
And
early career, he just kicked people in the balls. There was a lot of
yeah,
like a lot of fight choreography where I'm like, you kicked the dude in the nuts like 4 times.
I think Urban Justice, the final fight with that guy, kicks him, I think 9 times
Oh,
in the nuts.
yeah. He
That's the
kicked
entire
so many
fight.
people in the balls in Urban Justice.
That's how you know he does the choreography.
Yeah, he does it himself. He's like, "Okay, I'm gonna grab your wrist,
Mhm,
I'm gonna
mhm.
open up your legs, and then I'm gonna deliver a strike."
Yeah, yeah. Someone was saying some of they new worked on, I think it was Mercenary of Justice. You remember that one? It's where he
Mercenary of
goes
Just I
there's a
think
part
so.
it's
Is that
one of
the
those incoherent
helicopter?
ones. There's a part where he goes to break some guy out of a South African prison, and, oh god, it's one of those, like, 4 movies in one, and none of them actually go anywhere. Then they rob a bank.
Oh god. Oh, this
There's
is the yeah, yeah, I know this one.
Yeah, there was supposed to be some fight scene while they God, this whole scene, like all of his things, where one of the mercenaries and him are supposed to have this big fight, and but Seagal's like, how about I just do this?" And just like a little wrist lock while they're sitting down.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess that was supposed to be an actual fight, but he said, "Well, how about I just do this?"
he pulled a Harrison Ford, huh?
Yeah, well, wasn't he sick? Is that what you're talking about with the gun when he shot
Yeah,
the
yeah,
guy?
yeah. No, he was actually sick, but
Seagal's sick just in a different way.
he is sick, yeah.
But yeah, that scene, man, he does that. Like they shit talk each other. He gets up, he like wrist locks him, slams him into the table. Then he just gets back up and walks back to his seat, and they finish the meeting like nothing happened.
It's so weird.
Philip Netzel, please say rabbit punch like magic push. Rabbit punch. I guess I could do that when he starts doing rabbit punches. I don't know if he does it in season 2 of True Justice. It's going to be a bit before I get to that.
It's a
I
whole
tried.
different it's like mostly a different cast in season 2. Pretty much everyone gave up on him after season 1.
I'm surprised they lasted that season.
Big sleeps. Ugh,
Big sleeps. Yeah.
poor big sleeps, man.
Yeah. So I didn't think it was going to be as much content as it was.
It's
Like,
a lot.
yeah, when I do TV shows, I like to do it just like in 2 episodes. Like I'll do 2
Yeah.
videos.
Yeah.
Oh man, there was so much stupid in each video. I couldn't do that. So I was just doing 2. I guess I was doing the movies. You know how they break it into movies because you thought you'd
Yeah.
make more money
Yeah, of
selling
course.
TV shows as movies. So man, I was doing it. I did like 5 in a row because I was trying to get through the season. And don't do that. Don't do
I
5
don't know
Seagulls
how
in a
you
row.
could do that.
Well, I said because I was like, well, I'll just do this one. And I'll call it the Seagal Stupid September of Syphilis and Strippers or something like that. But man, there were 5 release days in that month. So yeah, I screwed myself on that. But yeah, that show, man.
It's like the second or third episode in the first season where there's a killer killing girls in like kind of a
Strippers?
ritual, yeah, like a ritualistic way
Mm-hmm.
and putting them on fences and putting a
Yep.
mask on them.
Yep. I think I know where you're going with it.
And it's so funny because there's this part when they see a dead girl. They see her all, clearly like abused and beaten and dead with the mask on, and everyone somberly walks up to her. They're like, "Oh no." And then they pull the mask off and it's not their friend. And they all look so happy. That's
Oh,
like
that is
there's still a dead woman on a fence in front of you, but I guess because you don't know her, it's cool now.
there is so much with that.
It's so bad.
They never explained the ritual thing.
No,
Why would
they
they?
don't have to.
It never came up. The guy was just a crazy guy that was exes with the second one that was killed. Now, the second girl was the same actress as their friend. She played that role too. They didn't think that was her. They didn't think the actual same exact person was her.
Wait, she plays the other character?
Yeah.
I
You can
missed
definitely tell
that.
too when she talks, like the voice, like, oh,
Oh
she's not
no.
talking. Like it's such a weird baby voice. Like that's why none of it made any sense. Like, why is she the second one? And then they act like she was at first there was like a whole bunch of them.
Uh-huh.
Like this one's the same as the others. And then like that was before we see the first one. So there should be multiple that we never hear about. And then they act like she was the first one at times. The one that was the second played by the same actress. Like all of this is nonsense. The whole entire thing. They don't explain what the ritual was, why all these Chinese magic, black magic things.
Well, it's just Seagal's influence. That like half the movies he has when he puts down like 3 incense on like a body and walks away, and you're like, bro, you don't do that. Like
Yeah, like
you
a
saw
good man
somebody
who
do
does
that
that.
once, you thought it was cool, and you just are like, I just buy a lot of incense.
That's my theory on why a lot of his gun things.
Yeah.
I've noticed him changing gun hands a lot. Like as he's
Yeah.
going through a doorway, literally the worst time to switch hands on your gun. Like when somebody could pop out and can't shoot because I'm switching guns like an idiot. Yeah, he must have seen that once, and he does it constantly.
Constantly.
He'll do it like twice as he's walking through a room. He'll just keep switching hands.
Well, it's like what's the one where he's a sniper and
Code of Honor.
is it yeah,
Well,
Code
I mean,
of
there's
Honor. I think it's Code of Honor. Where he sits down a lot just in like a high room.
Is that when he's like not sure if he even really exists or not, which is so bizarre.
I think that's the one. But he literally one hands some kind of I don't know if it's like AK-47. I'm opposite of you. I'm terrible at freaking guns. But he like one hands while running away.
Oh, that's Flight of Fury. I don't think he's the pilot in that. Yeah,
I think it's Flight of Fury. He's like shooting around like they have big sand.
Yeah, that's Flight
around. Yeah.
of
Oh god, dude.
He runs one-handing it, automatic.
One-handing running away, shooting an automatic. Yeah. It's great.
That might be
Sniper
my
special ops. That's old guy said it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of where he sits down for 80% of the film.
yeah, Sniper, yeah. But he's only in that one
Amazing.
for like that's why I haven't done that one yet. He's got like 2 minutes of screen time.
But it's so good though.
I've actually watched it and it's a bad movie, but I don't know how much mileage I could get out of the skull.
Yeah. It kills me. I do like in when you're talking about how he clearly writes his own, like when people interact with him to give him like random compliments for no reason.
Yeah.
In Maximum Conviction, it's him and Stone Cold when they're like re-entering the prison. And they're like, all right, we need to go in and save everybody. And then the bad guys are in the security room looking at him on like the camera feed. And he goes, oh no, he's gone full tactical. And it was because Seagal's taking it seriously now. So he's gone full tactical. And then they show Stone Cold Steve Austin. They're like, that man's a bulldozer on the ground. And it's like, bro, who wrote this? Like, they were like, it's like a Mad Lib. So you just hand the script to Seagal and you're like, insert compliment here, insert compliment here.
I think I don't know if the guy that you talked to said anything about this, but I've heard he changes massive amounts of the scripts and like it won't do the movie if you don't like go along with what he says. And him being in it is like a very like vital part of the contract. Like that's how they get funding or something. Because they have a name in it.
Well, for this one, he said he was on set for literally, I think it was 2 days, and he had to get him a hotel.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, yeah. They got him a hotel room, like the stupidest, nicest hotel room that they could get, and then they were ready for him to show up to set, and he didn't want to actually go to set, so they had to film all of his scenes in the hotel that they got his hotel room in. So there's a lot of his scenes like in the actual hotel room that they got for Seagal to just fly out to do the movie because he just didn't want to leave. He didn't care enough.
That is so wild.
Yeah, I know.
But even like Kill Switch, like he wrote that. Like, how does he write his own movies and not care about those that he wrote? How do you write your own movie and not care? Like, who give a shit if it's good or not?
Well, I think it's due to the one where what's the only one he directed about the oil rig?
On Deadly Ground.
On Deadly Ground, where it ends with a 20-minute slideshow presentation of him talking about big oil.
Yeah.
I think that was probably the point when he's like, look how good I am, right? And then everyone was like, we're going to not let you do that anymore. Like, let's rein you in a bit.
The rumor is, I've heard, is it was 40 minutes and they made him cut it down.
Good God.
He was going to talk for 40 minutes.
Because nothing says a good action-based movie like a 40-minute bummer fest.
They contradicting everything he was just doing.
Yeah, literally running around shooting people and setting people on fire, and then he's like, "Oh,
Blowing
that
up
was
the
bad."
refinery. I'm sure that's great for the environment. That's going to do a lot for him.
Yeah,
It's
he got
amazing.
rid of it, obviously.
Yeah, I was just talking about that movie. There's
You
so
fight
much
the
with that.
bear.
The bear. It's not, is that bear supposed to be real?
I don't know.
Because they
Half the
smoke a
time
bunch
it
of
looks real.
peyote or something, and then they touch him in the head with a feather, and he like dies or passes out.
Yeah, and then it looks like he bangs an old lady, like
Yeah, he
the
chooses the old
Native
lady.
American old lady.
Well, she's like a ghost. She's like see-through.
Yeah,
Like he's got the young, attractive, naked girl. And he's got the old lady who's translucent. So and he goes to see her. Yeah, like, okay, I can see through you. That sounds
does
good.
it. That does it for him.
And then he pops up out of the water. Okay. None of that's explained. None of that makes any sense.
It's art. It's art.
God,
You don't have to explain art.
when I think about his movies, I get upset. All right, where's
Yeah.
the questions go? I moved things around because I was getting upset. All right, here we go. Oh my God. Okay. This is from Mitch Get Rich. If I go into surgery and anesthesiologist gets dose wrong, incredible grammar, bro, and I wake up during surgery, but am in paralysis, what Van Damme movie should think about to help block out the agonizing pain? Any tips on how to alert the medical staff? Well, that one's easy. Time Cop. Obviously, Time Cop.
That was my answer too, is Time Cop.
Yeah, and you don't want to alert the medical staff, at least not until the movie's over. So yeah, wait until the movie's over before you even worry about the medical staff, and the surgery's not over. Then go on to Double Impact.
Ooh,
Yeah, this could turn out to be like the greatest day of your life. Just start thinking about other Van Damme movies. You'll be pissed when they eventually wake you up.
I do think it's great that we both immediately thought Time Cop, because 100%. I was like, yeah, that's it.
You can't go wrong with Time Cop. You have 2 times there, 1994 and 2004, when
Boom.
all important events in history happened. He's in the chat. The guy that asked it. You have to imagine the credits, obviously, not the post-credit scenes, but the credits themselves. You gotta give people their due, bro. That's like some SAG stuff. You don't wanna mess with the union.
Yeah, you don't want the union after you.
Yeah, they'll be up your ass. You don't want that. Yeah, 50,000 volts,
yeah.
motherfucker. Yeah.
They'll copyright your content. They'll take all of your revenue.
It'll be such a pain in the ass. Like, you can
it's
try and fight it,
horrible.
but it takes
They don't care.
forever. There's no guarantee.
No.
Yeah. Oh, geez, these people are weird. Someone's name got cut off. You're gonna have to deal with that. It's a terrible question, anyways. What is the low-key treatment for black hairy tongue? Just cut it off, dude. I don't know. Cut it off.
I was gonna do the ancient Chinese medicine powdered deer penis.
Okay, yeah. Go the Glimmer Man
that
route.
would help. Yeah, that would help.
So it worked for one of the Waynes, so it'll work for you. I say cut your tongue off. Don't pitch meetings then, bro. You're trying to start stuff, Bruce. Yeah, so Bruce Willis is actually a regular. He's a big fan of mine. He always tries to start shit between me and pitch meetings. It's
God, Bruce.
Come on, Bruce.
You're better than that.
Professor of Logic. Would telling depressed people it can any worse because fat punching Seagal movies already exist save lives. Okay,
Yes.
Professor of Logic, run your thing through a grammar check. That was just terrible. I think already exists. I think 2 things. 1, telling people fat punching Seagal movies would save lives, which is good because it saves lives, but that's not the good thing, and that's okay. But that would piss Seagal off. Seagal does not like lives being saved. He likes as many deaths as possible, as needlessly and painful as possible. So do it for that. Don't do it for yourself. Don't do it for the depressed people. Do it to piss off Seagal.
Yeah. I think that's why half of what I do exists, to be honest.
To piss off Seagal?
I think the day I get an email from anybody related actually to Seagal telling me like, hey, you need to take your stuff down, that's the day I've made it as a content creator. Like I'll be so happy. It'll never happen, of course.
I'm still waiting for that moment myself.
It's gonna be so good.
I feel like the people he surrounds himself with would never tell him about our content.
Yeah, that's true.
he would only put himself with yes man, and if somebody showed him our content, they would be cut off because
That's a very good point.
he's too narcissistic. He would blame them for everything.
Have you seen that picture of him because he's doing some kind of documentary right now in Russia? And like a week ago, they released some photo of him sitting in a chair, like just out in the middle of nowhere. But dude, he is massive. Like I didn't think he could get much larger. And he keeps proving me wrong. It's very insane.
I think so. I
He's
don't know if you're
huge.
the same way, but whenever anything Seagal happens, people notify me.
Oh, I get I get Instagram,
Mm-hmm. Like I get
YouTube,
emails, I
Facebook.
get
Yeah,
comments, I get on
everything.
Twitter.
Yeah.
I get it from everywhere. Yeah, people
Yeah.
keep me up to date on Seagal. I think I did see that. I mean, I just know he's massive.
Yeah.
To me, what's the difference when they get to 300 between 350, 400? It's all the same. They're just massive.
Yeah. It does surprise me how much weight he can support on his legs because his legs don't appear to get as massive as the top half of him.
Yeah, that's a normal-ish thing for guys. You know, a lot of guys hold it in their stomach. You know, women will hold it in like their butt and their legs. But
Oh,
yeah,
that's fair.
he's more of a stomach guy.
It's pretty
Skinny
impressive. He has
legs.
it just like broken.
I wonder that a lot. Just people with skinny legs. I wonder that with horses. They got those really little ankles.
Yeah, like if he breaks a leg, you just put him down. I don't think there's any coming back.
Oh God, yeah. So people are gonna be rooting for that then. We got Lord Vulcan. No, it's not understood. You started by saying you do anything, but what I'm hearing is that you think you've done everything. Okay, weirdo. We get a lot of weird things here. All right, so I think we saw that medical one. Where's the question? Okay. Oh, this one's for Red Eye from Steve B.
Ooh.
What's the best part about having a Discord server? What a weird question.
Oh gosh. It's honestly awesome. And I
Well,
don't
there you go, guys. It's awesome.
interact with my Discord as much, but I'm just like for me it's like texting. I suck at social media so bad. I wish I was better at it, but I'm terrible. But definitely the GIF. We have a running GIF story
Oh,
where you just
okay.
tell a story but not through text, just entirely through GIF. And that thing cracks me up really good. Because there's there's a million GIFs out there, but
Is it an entire story or is it just one and somebody adds to it or something?
yeah, so like everybody adds a GIF.
Oh,
And then you just so like it might be, Homer Simpson receding into the bush, and then the next
okay.
GIF you show just like a fat guy falling out of a bush. So it has to be kind of relevant to the preceding gift. It's gold though. I don't know why. It tickles my funny bone. I love it.
Now, are there ever any fights since you don't pronounce it the correct way of GIF?
Is it GIF? It's GIF, bro. I don't know. Because GIF is like Jiffy Lube.
It's like a peanut
And
butter.
Jif peanut butter, but it's GIF is a G.
It starts with a G.
So I just gotta go GIF because it's like gift without a T.
But GIF just sounds better.
Yeah.
It
But I
is
would just want
peanut
to say
butter.
Jiffy.
Oh, I mean, I think that makes it better. That sounds like peanut butter.
That's
I
fair.
don't know
I'm
why you guys
allergic
don't
to
like peanut
peanuts.
butter.
Fun fact. Don't
Why?
feed me any peanuts, guys.
Oh, you can't eat peanuts?
I can't. Nope.
Oh my God, so you can't have peanut butter.
I've had it. So like there was a period in my life where I outgrew the allergy, and then like a asshole it came back. So I had like a blissful about 3 years in high school that I could eat peanut stuff. So I tried all of it. So I know what it all tastes like, but yeah, it didn't like that. So we're out. We're back out.
Damn, peanut butter's. Oh man, that's gotta be rough.
I could do almond butter. I could do the other butters, but
Yeah.
I know it's not the
Yeah.
same. I know.
Okay, sure. Mimsy, what personality disorders does Steven Seagal have, and which one is your favorite? Oh, he's got several. The narcissism, I think, is obvious. I got to go with antisocial personality disorder. He's definitely a psychopath. Yeah, I think that's my favorite. I get the most joy out of just him being a psychopath. He goes on his
Yeah.
random killing sprees in his movies for no clear reason.
Because he bumps shoulders into a guy, and then he shows off his Chewbacca tattoo, and then he murders 2 people.
there are movies where you're just supposed to accept that this guy's on the other side of Seagal. They're both on opposing sides, and so therefore you can kill the other guy, and there's nothing wrong with it. Like in The Foreigner, that movie that's taken over my life. He goes to that house. There's security that's just protecting a house. Just a family lives in that house.
Yeah. Yep.
A dad, a mom, and a little kid. He goes through and he murders the entire security force.
All of them. It's literally just their job.
3 separate times in that movie. He goes through and murders everyone on staff that day. He goes 3 separate times. One
Their
time just to prove a point.
He's really good.
Because he's in there creeping on her when she's in the bathtub. He's like, just wanted you to know I could get in. He's like, okay. You didn't kill everyone, did you? And then he just leaves.
It's like, I did though.
Now they got to go through a bunch of interviews. They got to hire all these guys. They probably have to pay
their
their
insurance
families.
has to be astronomical. Like if they have benefits for their employees, that
Especially
insurance
the
company's
third
like, dude,
time.
we can't cover you guys. Like
Because this is like a week. This is like in a week.
Yeah,
Once
it's
the second group is taken out in that week, I'm like, I'm not coming in. I don't want this job. No, fuck you. I'm not coming in. But not only did they come in, but they didn't even stop the little half fence. Every time they show them hopping over this little fence that's like 3 feet high, and that's how they get in. They don't ever cover that up. Nobody seems to really be worried.
It's got to be
they're
at
all going to
least
get murdered again.
4 feet high to stop him. I mean,
well, I mean it's high enough so his body double has to hop over it every time.
Yeah, I can't remember what movie it is, but my favorite body double is a shot from the back where I'm confident he's wearing a bicycle helmet that they put black fuzzy stuff on, because it's so comically, the hair is so comically like Lego sized large on the back of this dude's head.
Oh man, I must not have gotten to that one yet.
I'll find it for you. I can't remember which one it was. They all blur. It's terrible, but
yeah, there's been a few.
It's like a Lego head.
There's been a few where you see the guy and you see his face, and it's going on for a long time to where I'm questioning if that's supposed to be Seagal. Is that his body double, or is this a different guy? And this isn't supposed to even be Seagal.
Yeah, like a new character.
Yeah. Is it Shadow Man has one of those where he's going down the stairs and you're just looking at the dude.
That's a horrible one. And you're like, this is just some random guy. Then you go, oh no, wait, that's supposed to be Seagal.
Yeah. What is it? I think Pistol Whipped also. He's on top of, oh god. Where he's supposed to be scoping the guy out and he's like on top of a building. Because he's gonna, I guess, assassinate this guy for Lance Henriksen. And he's walking along the top of the building. And then he does the smart thing and then goes in a public place to shoot him. Like, I don't know what you're scoping out.
Yeah, Shadow Man's weird because that's also Shadow Man's the one with I think 2 different voiceover artists who did like, because it's obvious when they're doing like voiceover who it's not Seagal, like somebody else had to do his voice for him because he mumbled through his lines or whatever.
For Shadow
or anytime they in Shadow, because that's the one with him, the foster girl, right? That foster girl gets kidnapped and then
that's Out of Reach.
Oh, I'm thinking of Out of Reach.
Yeah, that one's what that voice is. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about on Out of Reach.
There's 2 guys who do his voice in that same movie, and it's like you couldn't keep the one dude for the whole. Like he left halfway through, I guess, because it's a very different voice that does his voice in like the last third of the film.
And the lines one of them gives is something Seagal would never say. Like, I don't know if that's why they had to do it. They're like, that's not the line. But Seagal's like, I ain't saying that.
I only do one take.
Yeah, one's when the waitress is like at the very beginning. He's like, oh, hi, Susan. Do you know any good jokes? Like something you would never.
Yeah.
You cannot picture Seagal saying that. Then there's another one where he's talking to the Polish detective lady. And he just like kind of mumbling, like acting all shy and a way you would never hear Seagal talk, all unsure of himself and shy. So I don't know if that's why they had to do it, because they're like, he's supposed to say this, he's refusing.
He just left.
We can't get the guy. Nobody cares. Just you. Hey, Stan, just say the lines. Who cares? Nobody cares.
Yeah. You're a guy. It's close enough to his voice. Just do it.
And there is one line in there where he walks in, he tries to say, you said it was urgent, but it just comes out as one long slur. You said it was urgent. Like, I had to watch that about 15, 20 times before I finally got it.
That's in the movie we just talked about, Driven to Kill. The future husband, the young guy who like helps Seagal throughout the whole movie.
Mhm.
They're in the car at one point, and he says, I honestly don't even know what he says, but he literally, like, the 10 words turn into one long word. He's just like, "We said you go to Zavira, and I'm like,
So I just
"What
assumed
the?"
it was, like, Russian when there was something
I
there I
don't
couldn't
think it
understand.
was, but I think it was English. He just didn't pause. I've played it over multiple times, and I'm like, "Those aren't words."
Have you tried looking for the subtitles?
Yeah, if
I've
anyone's
resorted. I
made
try not to watch Seagal without subtitles, or I'm not gonna know what's happening.
Yeah, I should probably do that. It's like a whole second movie for me if I watch with subtitles. I'll be like, "That's
Oh,
what's going on?"
if I'm doing something that I'm gonna make a video on, subtitles are a game changer. You pick up on so many details you never would without the subtitles. Trust me, it's
I
a
gotta
game
do
changer.
that.
Oh, here we go. Oh, well, Bruce Willis actually is gonna step on a joke I had, but the homeless guy couldn't show up. He got arrested for, I don't know, indecent exposure, I think. So he couldn't make it. So we'll save that one. Ninja Nick, I have used spray on tan solution that I got on sale, and now I glow in the dark. Should I be concerned? I see no reason for concern.
I see that as a feature.
Yeah, so no Ninja Nick. Good for
Yeah,
you.
you're good.
Ooh, I forgot my name, 88. Which is worse, having a terminal illness or having to watch another Seagal movie? I think that's easy. I think the Seagal movie's far worse. If you have a terminal illness, you know there's a cutoff date where you'll never have to watch a Seagal movie again.
That's a very good point.
Never. You will not have to be, you don't have a channel where, your Seagal videos get the most views. You're like, I don't want to do a Seagal movie, but views are down this month. So I guess I'll do a Seagal movie. Yeah, you don't have to go through that.
And on the plus side, if you have a terminal illness, at some point, Jack Sparrow will visit you in the
Oh.
hospital.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, him or Iron Man, I hear. They both really like doing it. So that's
man,
like a win-win.
People with terminal illnesses act like they have it so bad, but they got it
Dude,
sweet.
They get to meet so many celebrities.
Oh my God. David Saul. If one were to hypothetically love the fuck out of cookies, does that break some kind of decency law? So, hypothetically, no. But if you really love the fuck out of cookies, yeah, then you're probably a sex offender. But yeah, if it's just hypothetically, you don't actually, then yeah, no, you're fine.
Yeah.
What's your take on that?
I think if you had to love the fuck out of a baked good, it would probably be like banana bread.
Okay. All right. Sounds like experience. So you hear that, David Saul? Yeah,
I'd
try
go banana bread. Cookies are, unless like Chips Ahoy and you stacked them, I guess, and you got the chewy chips, but
The Chips
that's
Ahoy,
not.
they're kind of hard. They're not really soft. So
Yeah, you got to get the chewy Chips Ahoy, then a lot of them. So I'd go banana bread.
Go banana bread, David. Sounds like you got a busy night tonight. Because I mean, you gotta get the bananas, but they can't just be
No, they got to be
bananas.
bad bananas.
Yeah, they got to go get bad. Yeah, they got to rot first or whatever that is.
Yeah.
Gotta wait. But it's worth it because you got that anticipation. You're like, man, it's looking good.
Oh yeah, make a
Fucking
lot
buy
of
it.
bad decisions while they're going bad.
Kevin Chun. Does this question make more sense than the plot of any Seagal movie? The Foreigner, easy. Everything makes more sense than The Foreigner. Everything.
I would agree.
That,
I do like I like what is it? Against the Dark? I think the
the
when he
zombie one?
fights
it's like zombie vampires. It's like they couldn't
Something like
decide
that.
what they wanted, so they call them vampires, but they're definitely zombies.
But they somehow get lost in a hospital that they just entered.
Yeah, well, that window that was there, yeah, why they can't just
It's not
climb
there
out of that.
anymore.
They'll be silly. How could they just climb out of that? Come on.
That was my favorite plot point in that movie where I'm like, they're not like, it's not Saw. Like no one's keeping them in there. They just conveniently lost the way out.
Yeah.
That's simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not clear how they got in that window. Like, what's down there? Like,
We don't know.
do they have to climb up through that window? Is there an exit there? Can they just? Yeah.
Oh, maybe
you'll
it's like
never
a
go over it.
drop. Maybe it's like a point in a video game where you know that you can't go back because you have to jump off a ledge.
Oh, there's an invisible wall. Is that what that is? It's one of
Yeah.
those invisible walls.
That's
They
probably
should
what
have
it
said
was
that.
in the hospital basement in Driven to Kill that he was shooting against.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the gun. Yeah. Okay.
There you go. Callback.
Feel like they could have, explained that a little bit
No, didn't have time.
because it's also not clear why there's stuff that's just thrown in the hallways to block their way. Why they can't just move the stuff? Who packed? How is there so much stuff that they can just block every hallway and there's only like one maze exit out? Where did all that stuff come from?
No. Yeah.
Why are they in such a rush to get out, but they stop at the cafeteria and have like a meal and talk to each other and hang out
Oh, that's right.
while they're in such a huge hurry? They're like, we gotta get out of here.
God,
And
that
then
movie's so weird.
there's that plot point that the army is gonna blow them up,
Bomb the
but none of them
hospital.
know about it.
Right.
None of them have any idea. So I don't know why
Because it's
Why is
absolutely urgent right now to blow up
David's
the
trying to
hospital full
save
of
him, but
zombies. Yeah.
his boss don't give a shit. He's gonna blow that place up.
He's on a timeline, bro. He's got other stuff to do that day.
Really does not like that hospital. Yeah,
No,
none of
hates
that makes any sense. I don't know why Seagal's in there killing all the zombies because they're just gonna blow this place up.
I think he wanted to be in a movie where he's like, "Hey, I'm really into swords now.
He had a
How
sword
could we do
phase,
a
yeah.
whole movie about that?" And they're like, "Well, you could be Blade, like a fat Blade that fights zombies." And he's like, "I like that."
I think he's faster and got better moves than Wesley Snipes. Come on. Yeah, I think.
Okay, here's a genuine question, not a Wesley Snipes thing, but
Oh.
I've asked this of like Jason Brandt and other people who are in the Seagal-verse.
Mm-hmm.
Seagal today, not in his prime, but Seagal right now, Blobby in Russia Seagal.
Right.
Do you think you could beat him in a hand-to-hand combat fight?
100%.
100%, right? Yeah.
100%.
Okay, that's my answer too. Like he'd go down.
Yeah. He's very large, but I guarantee he has no strength behind any of that. I mean, maybe his legs just because he's fat.
Yeah.
But even when he was younger, he was not a very strong person. Like he never had any muscle. I don't think he's ever done any actual weightlifting. Like I don't
he
think
never looked fit. He was just skinny and then fat. But he was never fit.
He was just like a rail. He was like very long and gangly.
Yeah.
I don't think he's in. Yeah, I think I could easily take him. I feel like he'd be having trouble to get his arms past his stomach.
I think so
like,
too.
Like his stomach, maybe his arms go like this would go like 6 inches at most past his stomach. And I think I could tire him out. I think even if he hit me, I don't think it would hurt very much. The way he punches in his movies, he does not know how to actually punch.
No, he just tries to grab. He's a grabby guy.
He grabs and then they cut a lot. He's just like, I'm just gonna like flip my arms over, then you're gonna die, okay? And the guy's like, yeah. Whatever.
And you got to throw yourself because I don't want to do it.
Yeah, just like the guns thing, where he knows nothing about them or how to use them, or he wouldn't allow these movies to go out the way he looks. I'm convinced that with his punches too. He looks so ridiculous that anyone that knew anything about fighting, he would not let that go out there. Like he looks so stupid and so incompetent. The way he throws his punches, like he doesn't put his body into any of it. He just kind of slaps his arms around.
That's how you fight. Yeah, you just your hands are there. I mean, the hands touch. That's all you need to do, I think.
Yeah, I think he got by his whole life, mostly on his reputation and just for being big. Yes. He's like 6'4", 6'5". He's a big dude.
Oh yeah, he's huge. Yeah.
Most people aren't going to try and mess with him just because of that.
But I think you just kick him in the back of the knee. He's done. That's one kick. He's not getting back up.
Yeah, if he goes down, he ain't getting up.
No, it's done.
If he's down for any reason, he's just sitting on a chair. You got plenty of time before he's going to actually get all that weight up. Like you got a few seconds before he can even stand up. I don't think he's going to.
100%.
I am super confident I could take a 72-year-old Steven Seagal.
That's fair. Yeah, I always forget he's that old. That is impressive at his size that he's made it to 70 in his 70s.
Yeah, he should. Yeah, I don't know how he hasn't had a heart attack. That's a good question. A good point.
Money, man.
I don't know how much money he's even got.
That's at this point, actually. Yeah, you're probably right. Because didn't he sell his house? He had that like middle of nowhere. I think it was in New Mexico. He had like a giant manor that he would trap. Terrible, but he would like trap women at this manor in the middle of New Mexico. He sold it.
I believe it. I want to say Reese Witherspoon bought one of his old houses. I don't know if it was that one. when I was doing a video, I did them fighting each other for some reason.
A lot of
And then
steam cleaning involved with that purchase, I assume.
I don't want to think about that. But yeah, he was never in shape though. Like I don't know if there's any point outside just being large that he would actually be a threat to anybody. Oh, here we go. So here's not really a medical question, but we'll go with it. Rapid ice. If you could punish Seagal for his movies, how would you go about it? I would just have him do actual work. I think he would
Yeah.
get pissed off and very soon. I see him as like a Boogie type. I don't know if you're aware of Boogie. I just recently became aware of him.
Boogie.
Yeah, if you don't know,
Not the
I envy you.
YouTuber Boogie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I know of him. I know of him. I haven't been down the Boogie hole.
Don't. I regret every day I regret that. But yeah, he had to do some community service, and that was probably the most biggest punishment he's ever gotten. He was not happy through any of it, which is of course hilarious for everyone else. But
I would just make Steven Seagal do a film with nothing but men. I think that would be his ultimate nightmare. If
okay,
literally nobody in the cast was a
I feel like you're
hot
going
female.
somewhere with this. All right, what do you got? What you got to get off your chest? Okay.
Banana bread.
Banana bread. Bunch of dudes, banana bread. We got a party. Maybe some Rob
It's a night.
Schneider.
Ooh. Okay, can you I'm not in the Space Ice verse that much.
Come on.
Explain the Schneider, because don't get me wrong. I mean, he's a stapler, he's a wallet, he's a lady, a carrot. He's everything. But
being a stapler is not as easy as it looks.
I'm aware. It looks difficult.
And yeah, okay, maybe it is. I guess it is. I guess it's easier than it looks. Then okay. So Schneider has been a staple of my channel since the very beginning. My first movie video was explaining how everybody was wrong, and it was actually the greatest movie that had all these metaphors for life, for love, for living and laughing, whatever, live, laugh, love. Yeah, that all came from him. It's been lost to history, but I had a whole video that I was dead serious on how that was actually the greatest movie of all time. And ever since, he's just been a staple. So I got rid of a lot of my videos because the music was way too loud. You could barely hear me talking. So I was gonna fix that, turn the music down, but turn the voice up.
Got to get the Schneider back out.
Yeah, the SD card was bad, so
gotcha.
Those are all gone. The only one that survived was the Judy Winslow video, where I explain what actually happened to Judy Winslow. People don't realize this.
I don't know Judy. This is terrible. I don't know Judy Winslow.
Family Matters? Steve Urkel, Carl Winslow. What? Are you serious?
Oh, I know Family Matter. I don't know the names.
So the first couple seasons, there was a daughter that just wasn't there anymore, and they never talked about her. She was just gone because they had two daughters in the
one episode. They had two, and then the next they just had one, and that was it.
Yes, and it was never mentioned, and people didn't realize. People didn't even realize for a while. It took me until several years later when I saw a review, and I was like, "What the hell happened to her?" She just stopped showing up. Yeah, it turns out there's a whole time travel, time loop, alternate universe thing going on.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So
that's like Tim Allen had a. Oh God, what's his TV show he did more recently where he like works at a bass fisherman kind of place?
Something Man. I didn't see it.
Yeah, Last Man Standing. That's it.
Yeah.
He has a son in that, and for like 4 seasons, it's his one guy. Or no, it's his daughter has like a son or this daughter for like 4 seasons, and then just the next season it's just a new girl, and then they distract you with the fact that well I know we changed her, but here's Nick Jonas from the Jonas Brothers. He's also in our show now, and then Nick Jonas plays like the boyfriend, and I genuinely think they only got him on to distract the fact that they swapped the daughter out with another actress, because then once you like buy that she's the daughter now, he's like not in the show that much. It's very weird. Yeah.
They did that. I mean, they did that with Roseanne, but you're saying they just replaced the actress, right?
Yeah, but it was like 4 seasons, and then they randomly were Like, nope, new girl.
Yeah, I think Roseanne did that. And they switched back too. That's the
Well, they
weird thing.
switched back to the first one?
Yeah,
Oh,
like in the
God.
last season or two, they switched back. That was so weird. But it was at least the character didn't stop existing. Yeah, Judy Winslow just stopped existing. She was in
So
it.
weird.
They never mentioned her. They always and they would like talk about how they had 2 kids. Like she just stopped existing.
That is so weird.
Yeah, but I got to the bottom of it. Yeah,
I'm glad you did. Someone had to.
and it took this long, but yeah. Turns out Carl's still out there trying to get her back. Kind of a quantum leap type thing happening
Okay.
through time. Yeah.
Yeah. That's tough.
Clockwork Orange Cassidy. Shouldn't we leave medical advice to Seagal? Didn't you see The Patriot? I know I didn't. Oh, The Patriot. That's where he doesn't save anybody, and it's that lady. I don't even know who that lady is, what their relation to them is. But she just finds a flower, and the flower cures everything.
Oh, yeah. And they just put, like, tea and random like, because it's like flower tea, right? And
That's how they find out. She
Yeah.
makes a tea, and then one guy's just magically better, and they're like, "What was in that tea?"
It's like, that's
Obviously
just the
that
land, bro.
Yeah, that flower that's only super common here. But yeah, he
Now
doesn't save anybody. He's
And now
a
we're gonna
doctor.
pick all of those flowers, so they're dead now, and then we're gonna sprinkle them out of a helicopter in the hopes that you can then use that to cure yourself.
Yeah, they had that badass scene of the military all picking flowers. Like,
Yeah. In hazmat suits?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That was a great movie.
I think when I did my video on that, I did a really stupid, like, David Attenborough voice where with them
That's
going through
never
the
stupid.
flowers.
That's never
It was
stupid.
pretty good. It was pretty good.
Is Mess Dude over here singing to us? Okay, thanks, Mess Dude. So yeah, I'm gonna say don't leave the medical advice to Seagal.
Yeah. Unless it's acupuncture, which if the movies are honest, which I know they are, he's apparently very good at that.
Yeah, in what was that where so many of his movies, attrition. He's supposed to have this dark past that's torturing him, but it doesn't make any sense why it's torturing him, and he kind of forgets about it really early on in the movie.
He's over it.
Like A Good Man, that opening scene where the girl dies. Because they do the drone strike on the place, and then he tries to save her, but she dies. He like wakes up and is tortured, and she's never thought of or mentioned again.
He's good. He's like the alcoholic father who's like, I'm cured now. I'm never gonna drink again, and now I'm a good dad. Just
Yeah,
how it works. You can just stop, and then
they
it's
like
not.
set that up, like, oh, this is gonna be his issue, but then nope,
No,
it's not.
no, we're over it.
Attrition does that when they're going through the whatever this place is, this building, and they didn't even kill the girl. They just didn't get there in time. And then all of a sudden, he's like a homeless man saying, "I've done such terrible things. I'll never forgive myself for." He didn't do anything. She was already dead when they got there, but apparently he blames himself, and now he's a healer in some coastal city in China. Okay.
I love it.
And they show him in the cave where he looks like a hobo. He just looks like.
Oh yeah, I forgot about. You're
Then
bringing
he's
because
just good.
a lot of like that era of Seagal. I did my videos like almost 3 years ago now, and so
Mhm.
I'm just blast from the past on half these movies because I was stuck in the True Justice realm for like a freaking year because there's so many episodes.
I know. I'm doing the season finale right now. I had to take a month or so off between
Oh, the
these.
season finale is great because it takes place inside of a building because they ran out of budget. I'm convinced.
Well, I'm not. So the movies don't have the season finale. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with that.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
they do the 2 movies, but there's 13 in the season. So it
Right.
ends on episode 12.
Oh, they just don't show the. That's weird.
So I might, because I have it, and I might just add it on there, but it's going to make it take longer. But we'll see. Because I think I know it happens, and I don't know, it might just be funnier, just be like, when I get to next season, yeah, they're all gone.
They're gone. Yeah.
Off camera.
That's pretty much. Yeah.
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 Don't
They
worry
jump
about
ship
it.
pretty hard.
Okay. All right. Anything big from chat before we take off? Anything? I like to give them a chance to come up with something good.
I like it.
They struggle with it, but oh, sorry, Lord Vulcan. Oh, I started that. Yes, Flight of the Fury is the one where he had to refuel in midair because he was so heavy. It's weird. They show that. They show him flying out to Iraq. Oh my God, not Iraq, Afghanistan, where his girlfriend happens to live.
Oh, that's right. He
Well,
meets her
maybe
in the house, and then they does she have to like hide, or he hides or something?
he hides in like a little closet.
Yeah,
He
that's
says,
right.
I know, this is Afghanistan. We'll just do the gay thing. That'll save me. And
Yeah,
it
yeah.
does. It does. The other terrorists are like, oh man, the chicks are going to get on. Let's get out of here.
I do
That's
love that era of movie though, when they're like, okay, we have a badass chick on the group. When the two forces come together, we need to give her an evil girl to fight. Because it would be a crime if she had to fight a man. So they're always like, oh, find her counterpart.
Yeah.
They do that with a lot of his movies
Yeah.
where there's like the girl in the group, and it's like, okay, well, they have to find a evil girl.
Not Attack Force. That's what I like about Attack Force. He beats up a lot of girls in that.
Oh, yeah. That's the alien one, right?
Yeah. The alien
That
one.
one's great.
First, the black chick, he just fights, takes her out. Does that thing where he throws her into like the pillar. It looks like it's load bearing, but it takes the pillar out.
Yeah, I gotta rewatch Attack Force, man.
And then the
That was a
model.
wild ride. That was so out of left field for anything he's done.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the model at the end, he kills, he fights. First, he
Yep.
slashes her in the boobs. Like,
Yeah,
obviously,
well, you got
that's a
to.
Seagal move.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of the people he beats up in that are females. So, got to respect it.
That's right.
American Ninja stuff.
Oh, American Ninja.
Also, Adira Chase Roth loves both of us. Adira, whatever. Oh, Space Ice is your number one? Is that a question or a statement?
Both?
Yeah, there's an exclamation
Maybe?
part and a question mark. Oh, okay. So somebody, do you see?
Oh, the mega. I haven't done my Seagal voice in a minute.
As long as nobody can understand it, you'll be good.
It's basic. So, how I did Seagal, I don't know when it just turned into Cartman from South Park for the most part. I don't, because like at some point I just assumed he was talking through food.
Okay.
And I'm like, you know what? He's just eating. So it would probably be something like, "This has been your mega blockbuster hit live stream. So your world Space Ice always claps himself."
I like it. I like
Pretty
it.
good?
I think his movies would be improved if that voice.
I've had people say you should do voiceover for the whole movie. And I'm like, bro, I think I would die.
If you could legally sell that, I think that would be gold.
I think
Like
it
that'd
would
be a
too.
lot of work, and they'd be like, "Yeah, you can't sell this. We'll take the money."
I can do a Space Ice impression, but only for the
Oh.
name Steven Seagal. You ready?
Go for it.
I can't do anything else. Steven Seagal.
That ain't
That's
bad.
all
What
I
do you
got.
think,
Pretty
Chad?
good, right?
What do you think, Chad? I thought that was good.
Come on, guys.
Why do you do my videos?
I
Go on
practiced that
vacation.
one.
That's half my videos right there. It's just that.
Thank
Oh,
you.
we got an
Thank you.
applause. Thank you,
I'll
Philip.
take it. I'll take it.
Scarface is happy.
Awesome.
All right. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a pleasure.
Yeah, it was fun, man. Thanks for having me.
Even though we had a homeless guy that got shot or something, so he couldn't make it.
It's unfortunate.
Happens.
Maybe
Whatever.
next
We'll
time.
find another one. They're easy to come by.
Yeah.
Right. Otherwise, you guys have a wonderful evening. Obviously Rob's gotten over the loss. He seems pretty happy right now. So
He looks thrilled. He's
does.
actually glowing.
Yeah, he doesn't stay mad. He's one of those guys. He gets in a good mood.
Yeah, I see it.
This has been the Space Ice and Red Eye mega blockbuster hit live stream, where we say fuck that homeless guy.